We're off sightseeing again today. We're off to see the mausoleums of 3 emperors. It's to be pretty spectacular, so we'll see. These mausoleums are just outside the city centre, to the south and west of the city. So we're taking our bikes. We just stumbled across this. It looks pretty cool. So it's not taken us long and we're already out in the countryside. It is quite a big city, but it's relatively compact. It's quite a nice ride actually, quite pretty countryside. We've arrived at the first mausoleum, the mausoleum of Emperor Kaidin. These stone statues are supposed to protect the grave and guide the spirit of the deceased to and from the tomb. Kaidin ruled from 1916 to 1925. So right bang in the middle of when the French ruled Vietnam. This emperor was pretty unpopular. He was said to be a puppet of the French and raised taxes 30% to pay for the building of this tomb. This is the emperor's grave, and the big gold statue on top apparently was made in France in 1922. Next up we have the mausoleum of Emperor Ming Mang, just a couple of miles down the road. Ming Mang ruled almost 100 years before Kaidin, 1820, for just 21 years. The most notable thing about this chap is that he had 500 wives. Can you imagine? This is quite a serene and beautiful mausoleum, actually. Apparently, although being an emperor was obviously a hereditary role, the men destined to be emperors were trained from early childhood in that role, not only to be good leaders, but also to be good administrators and understand all the functions of the office. Before becoming emperor, they actually had to pass a test, and if they failed, then the title would pass to the next in line. Ming Mang's actual burial place is inside this walled enclosure. Apparently the gates are only opened once a year. So we're off to see the third and final mausoleum for the day, which is that of Emperor Tu Duc. This one's also set on a lake, and it's also quite beautiful. Relatively small compared to the others. Tu Duc ruled Vietnam from 1848, but had a pretty unfortunate reign. There was a cholera epidemic which killed upwards of 600,000 people, floods and droughts, and then a plague of locusts. We're just heading back to the city now. That's all 3 mausoleums done. It's been really interesting seeing them. They have been really pretty too. And a nice ride.